Hello, everybody, and we are live. We are live, and I am going to turn on some light because I did not know the lighting on here was this bad, y'all. So, hello. Hey, wow, bam, here we go. So, hey, everybody. So, my name is LaPrecious, and welcome to my page called Let's Talk with LaPrecious. And today I'm going to be talking about Erzulie Dantor. So, I did a video and people comment on my videos and whatnot every now and then. And there was somebody who commented and said, "Oh, Erzulie Dantor is Haitian. She's a Haitian spirit. She's a Haitian Loa." And you guys know that I'm initiated in the 21 divisions known as Dominican Voodoo. And we do acknowledge and we admire Erzulie Dantor as well. And she was saying, like, no, Erzulie Dantor is Dominican. My grandparents are initiated priests and priestesses. So they know, I know. And then I asked her, was she initiated? And she said no. So I'm just going to go ahead and break down who Erzulie Dantor is. I have talked about her so many times on my YouTube page, on my TikTok page, on Facebook, and even in readings with clients. But I'm going to break it down who Erzulie Dantor is. So, Erzulie Dantor is a Loa. Erzulie Dantor is a Loa in Voodoo. And when I say Voodoo, Erzulie Dantor is a Loa in African Voodoo. So, everybody always thinks that Voodoo can only be found in Louisiana or Haiti. That's not true. The voodoo that you will find in Sanse, which is Puerto Rican voodoo, Dominican voodoo, or the 21 divisions, Haitian voodoo, Louisiana voodoo, its origins, and even with Santeria, its origins are in voodoo in Benin. Benin is the birthplace of voodoo, not Haiti, not Louisiana. It's Benin. Benin is a small country in Africa, and it's on the west coast of Africa, and that's where voodoo came from. So, boom, we got that. So, Erzulie Dantor is a Loa. A Loa is pretty much a voodoo spirit. In Haitian voodoo, they call the spirits Loas. In the 21 divisions, you do have people who call the spirits Loas. I like calling them mysterios because they are mysteries. The reason why we call them mysteries is because we don't know everything that they're capable of. You even have priests and priestesses who claim to still be learning and still be finding stuff out when it comes to the Loas and the 21 divisions. So everything is not known about them, and that's why they're called mysteries. When it comes to the spirits in Haitian voodoo, they are called loas, and loas are pretty much spirits. Now, when it comes to Erzulie Dantor is a African spirit. She is an African voodoo spirit. She comes from Benin. And the way the story goes with her is that her mother is Grand Erzulie. Her sister is Erzulie Freda. When it comes to Erzulie Freda and when it comes to Erzulie Dantor, they are not only sisters, but they're twins. They happen to be fraternal twins. Their mother was assaulted, and I say assaulted. And when she was assaulted, she became pregnant with Erzulie Dantor and Erzulie Freda. Erzulie Freda came out white skinned, and Erzulie Dantor came out dark skinned. Now, their mother was a queen in the kingdom of Benin, which is why Erzulie Dantor and Erzulie Freda have crowns because their mother, Grand Azili, was a queen within her own right within the kingdom that they were born into. Erzulie Dantor is a queen within her own right. Erzulie Freda is a queen within her own right as well. Erzulie Freda is also a mambo. In Haitian voodoo and even in Dominican voodoo or in the 21 divisions, mambos are high priestesses or female priests. So that's pretty much their origin. That's pretty much their start. Now, the reason why voodoo is not only in Benin, Africa, but the reason why it's in the Caribbean is because of the slave trade. So you had slaves who came from the western, coast of Africa during the transatlantic slave trade, and they came over to Cuba, Puerto Rico, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and Trinidad and all the other islands, and they brought over their traditions. As time went on, by them mixing their religion with Roman Catholicism, that's why we have religions like Santeria, why we have religions like 21 Divisions and Haitian Voodoo, Sanse, so on and so forth. So that's why we have the different denominations or the different sects of voodoo because of the transatlantic slave trade. And another thing I want to say to people here on my YouTube channel is a lot of people like to come on my page and try to correct me, especially when I say things about Hispanics or when I say things about Caribbeans. And the thing that I hate about Caribbeans and Hispanics that a lot of y'all like to do when people are informed about the culture or when people are informed about the religion, y'all like to come on people's pages and overly correct. Or you like to come and to correct us because you feel as though since we're Americans that we don't know anything, or that since we're American that we can't know anything about voodoo. We can't know anything about the Loas. We can't know anything about the Caribbean or about Hispanic culture. And a lot of you will even say, well, you have to be a part of the culture, or you have to be in the culture, or you have to have blood in the culture. And I do. I really wish that people would stop looking at Black Americans, especially as dumb Americans, and thinking that we have no culture, we have no ties, and we have no lineages. African Americans have a very varied culture. We have a very varied lineage. A lot of us have lineages that go back to many different countries in Africa, many different islands in the Caribbean, many different countries in Latin America, and many different countries in Europe and even Asia. And you can't sit here and dictate what an African American person chooses to identify with or chooses to practice if you don't know their lineage and you don't know their ancestry. Because when it comes to Hispanic cultures and when it comes to Caribbean cultures, everything from the food, everything from the language, the dialect, even the style of clothing, the dress, the attire, the hairstyles, it's all cultural. It all goes back to the roots. It all goes back to the beginning and it all goes back to the origins. And we have origins as well. My lineage does go back beyond just, Africa. And no, I'm not even one of those Americans who thinks that, oh, my ancestors just came from Africa and I don't know the specific countries they came from. My ancestors came from Ghana. My ancestors came from Nigeria. I have ancestors that came from the Philippines. I have ancestors that were Japanese. I had ancestors that were Puerto Rican, ancestors that were Cuban and Dominican and Mexican. And I have ancestors that were Native American. I have ancestors that were British. I have ancestors that were Italian. I have ancestors that are Haitian. I have ancestors that are from the island of Bermuda. So I know my ancestry. I know my history. I know my dialects. I know my languages. I know my cultures. And I know my food. So I know where I come from. I know where I come from. I know where I hail from. And I know who covers me. And I know who protects me and who guides me. So I don't need anybody coming on my YouTube page and on my YouTube channel trying to correct me, trying to overcorrect me, or trying to tell me how to believe or how to honor or venerate a spirit or a law, or even how to teach about that law or about that spirit when you don't know me. You don't know my heritage. You don't know my lineage. And you don't know the walk that I've walked and the people that I've learned from and the people that I've, have been under as far as spirituality. And then my thing is that if you're not even initiated in an African traditional religion, then you shouldn't even be talking. Because my thing is that a lot of people love to claim things from their culture, but then they're not even in it. Because African American people love doing that too. It's like a lot of black people, African American people love saying, oh, I'm black, I'm pro black, I'm this, I'm that, but you don't do nothing for the culture. You don't do nothing for the community. You don't show up and show out for the community, and you don't even like being around your own community. And the same thing goes for Caribbeans and Hispanics. A lot of y'all love to represent and say, I'm Dominican, I'm Puerto Rican, or I'm Haitian, or I'm Cuban, or I'm Jamaican, and you don't even know how to speak Spanish, or you don't even know how to cook curry chicken or jerk chicken or rice and peas. So you can't come on here and try to dictate and try to speculate or try to even tell somebody how to speak about a law or how to speak about a spirit that's from your culture, not knowing what their culture is, but then you don't even know your own culture. So I'm done with that. Now, so with Erzulie Dantor, she comes from Benin, Africa. So Erzulie Dantor is a voodoo spirit. Erzulie Dantor comes from Benin, Africa. She's not just from Haiti. She is from Benin, Africa. And when I say from Haiti, she is not just found in Haitian voodoo. Now, the reason why she is seen as the mother of Haiti is because when the slaves were brought over to Haiti, they were oppressed by the French colonizers and by the French oppressors. And what happened was that you had two people who were involved in the slave revolt, which is how Haiti became the first free black country in the Western Hemisphere. You had a Mambo, who is a Haitian voodoo priestess named let me get the names right. Cecil Fatiman, I think that's her name. And then the Hugan or the Haitian voodoo priest, his name was Boukman. Boukman was a Jamaican slave, but he was taken from Jamaica and brought over to Haiti as a slave. He never came back to Jamaica. He was brought over to Haiti. But Boukman, he was a chosen man. He was chosen by the Loas to start this revolt. And he was chosen by the Loas to work with Cecil Boukman to work with Cecil Fatima. So what happened was that when Boukman arrived in Haiti, he met Cecil Fatiman there, and she was the one who initiated him in voodoo. So she's the one who developed his spirituality. That's how he became acquainted with the Loa. That's how he became acquainted with the Loas and how he became acquainted with the religion and with the spirits so that he can hear the spirits so that he can get started on the revolt. Now, this is where Erzulie Dantor comes in. Erzulie Dantor is the one that told Cecil, Fatiman, and Boukman to get together and to have a Haitian voodoo ceremony. And she indicated that she wanted a black pig to be sacrificed to her. This is why the black pig is sacred to Erzulie Dantor. Then, when Erzulie Dantor gave Cecil Fatiman and Bukaman, and as well as the other slaves, the secrets on how to overthrow the French colonizers and whatnot. They ended up cutting her tongue out, which is why anybody who is initiated in Haitian voodoo or Dominican voodoo, you know that this is why when we listen to Erzulie Dantor when she's speaking to us, whether we're being mounted or when we're receiving messages or hearing from her, it's a sound because her tongue was cut out so she wouldn't give up the secrets of the slave revolt. So, and she has a daughter. Her daughter is named Anais, and Anais acts as her interpreter. Now, in Haitian voodoo, Erzulie Dantor is the queen of the Petro, or the Petro domination or division within the Haitian voodoo pantheon because you have the water spirits, the Rada spirits, the fire spirits, the Simbi spirits, so on and so forth. And now, in the 21 divisions, we have the Indian spirits, we have the black spirits, and we have the white spirits. So you have the white division, the black division, and the Indian division. If you know about Dominican culture or if you're Dominican, you know that the divisions represent the Dominican people. So the Dominican people are consisted of Spanish, Native, and African. So the 21 divisions is divided into those three groups, just like the Dominican people. Now, when it comes to Erzulie Dantor being in Haitian voodoo, she's seen as the mother of Haiti because she was the one who gave the details, she gave the blueprint on how to overthrow the slave masters, the conquistadors, or however you want to call them, so that Haiti could be free. That's why she's considered the mother of Haiti. Now, in the 21 divisions, I will say that out of all the spirits, especially the black spirits, and the black spirits that are in the 21 divisions, you have Barón de Cementerio, Papa Candelo, Santa Marta la Dominadora, and Erzulie Dantor. I will say that Erzulie Dantor has just started to become recognized in the 21 divisions because for the past couple of years, people in Dominican Voodoo or in the 21 divisions, they didn't always recognize Erzulie Dantor like that. They didn't. Because in a lot of 21 divisions houses, they always recognize Belial Belcan or St. Michael, Anaïs Sapie, Santa Marta la Dominadora, and Barón de Cementerio, and so on and so forth. So those are like the main ones. But when it comes to Erzulie Dantor, they kind of always either hid her or they just really didn't acknowledge her. And I'm gonna be honest because I feel like in the 21 divisions, when it comes to like blackness and when it comes to like diversity and when it comes to like brownness and whatnot, it's starting to be more embraced and it's starting to be more accepted because you do have people who do only see Erzulie Dantor as a Haitian spirit. If you guys know the history between the Dominican Republic and Haiti and whatnot, there used to be a lot of turmoil and a lot of animosity because of Rafael Trujillo, who was a former president who was assassinated in the Dominican Republic. He caused a lot of hatred towards Haitians, where he, made it hard for them to cross over the border. He massacred a lot of them, and he was the one who pretty much started the racism that's, against dark skinned, black people in the Dominican Republic. Like everybody likes to pick on Dominicans and say, me no black, me no Dominican or whatever, but that's where it came from. A lot of self hatred that Dominicans sometimes have for black people or black skin or darkness and whatnot. It comes from Rafael Trujillo and, oppression and slavery because it's a known fact, that in Latin America, the reason why there's a lot of, racism or stigma or a lot of hatred sometimes towards blackness and brownness or dark skinned people is because of the Spanish. They felt like, white was right, that anything that was European was, astute. It was the right, race. And anything black equated to being poor, equated to being, horrible or just not good enough for nobody. And that's where that attitude comes from with a lot of Hispanics or with a lot of Caribbeans, sometimes even the black ones. So that's pretty much the history behind all of that. But I have noticed a shift in like the Dominican Republic and Dominican Voodoo with the 21 divisions where there is now more acceptance towards blackness and brownness. And I feel like Erzulie Dantor is starting to be embraced more in the 21 divisions because of that. Because yes, we do have Santa Marta la Dominadora because she has always been seen, in my opinion, as like the mother of the Dominican Republic because she has so many kids in the Dominican Republic. Because when it comes to like the Mysterios in the 21 divisions, a lot of them do have kids, but some of them have more kids than others. Like Belial Belcan, he governs a lot of people, but I won't say he has too many kids. Anaisa has a lot of kids. Um Papa Candelo, I don't want to say not so much. I don't really see too many Papa Candelo kids. Papa Gede has a lot of kids or a lot of admirers. But Santa Marta la Dominadora, she has a house upon she has houses upon houses of kids. Like Santa Marta la Dominadora has a lot of children. So when you go to the Dominican Republic or even here in the United States with botanicas that are dedicated to the 21 divisions, you will always see Anaisa, Santa Marta, Belial Belcan, or Santa Marta, Belial Belcan, and Anaisa. Pretty much, you usually mainly see those three. But with the Zilly Dantor, she's starting to be more out in the forefront now, and she's starting to be acknowledged more in the 21 divisions or in Dominican Voodoo more than she was before. But to clear that up, we do recognize Zilly Dantor in the Dominican Republic and in Dominican Voodoo. Because when you go to the Dominican Republic, spiritualists are very different than Haitian ones. And I can say it because I'm in the culture and I'm in the religion and I've had experiences with people who practice these religions. Haitian voodoo is very one sided. And the reason why I say that is because when you meet a lot of Haitian Mambos or Hugan, they are strictly Haitian. We're all about the Loas. We're all about Asogwe. This is Haitian voodoo. This ain't Dominican. This ain't Puerto Rican. This ain't Cuban. This is Haitian. Like a lot of Haitian voodoo sense, a lot of Haitian Hugans and Mambos are very pro Haitian. But when you go to the Dominican Republic, diversity as far as religions and spiritualities is more embraced because you will find a lot of Dominicans that are initiated in Santeria. A lot of Dominicans are initiated in Haitian Voodoo in the 21 divisions. You will even see some that are initiated in Palo because a lot of Dominican spiritualists or Dominican voodoo priests or priestesses, they are very skilled in a lot of different religions and traditions. I'm not saying that the Haitian ones are not because they are. And I have seen some Haitian Voodooists or Haitian Mambos and Hugans, but more so Mambos, work with the Orishas. So there is a little bit of mix in there, but I've noticed that mixture and being more open minded spiritually is more embraced and accepted in the Dominican Republic than it is in Haiti. So to sum it all up, my light fell. So to sum it all up, Erzulie Dantor is not just recognized in Haitian voodoo. She is acknowledged in Dominican voodoo as well. But Erzulie Dantor is acknowledged in Sanse. Sanse is voodoo from Puerto Rico. In Puerto Rico, they do have their own version of voodoo. And their own version of voodoo is more complex than Louisianian voodoo, than Dominican voodoo or Haitian voodoo. And the reason why I say that is because it's a combination of a lot of different religions. In Sanse, you have Santeria, you have the 21 divisions, you have Haitian voodoo, you have the Congo spirits, the Indian spirits, the Catholic spirits, and then you even have a 21 divisions of Sanse. And so, with all of that being combined, there are a lot of similarities in between the religions when it comes to sunset. The sunset does have its own uniqueness when it comes to like the way things are done in sunset. And yes, Azul Dantor is acknowledged in sunset because, like I said, when you are a true voodoo saint and when you are a true voodoo practitioner, you're going to know the origins, you're going to know the teachings, you're going to know the background, and you're going to know the history because when you really know voodoo and when you really know the origins of the Loas, it's not a debate over who's Dominican or who's Puerto Rican or who's Cuban or who's Haitian. Like you're gonna know. And you're gonna understand like why in Haiti they do this or why in Puerto Rico they do this or why in the Dominican Republic they do this. Like you're gonna know. When you know the history and when you know the background, you're gonna know. So that whole debate and that whole debacle about, oh, Azula Dantor is Haitian, she's not, Dominican. Azula Dantor is acknowledged by a lot of different religions and traditions, and not just Haitian voodoo. And I feel like sometimes Haitians might think that we're trying to take Azula Dantor away from Haiti. We're not. We never did. Like Azula Dantor will always be the queen of Haiti. She will always be the mother of Haiti, but Erzulie Dantor doesn't just work with Haitians. She works with Dominicans. She works with Puerto Ricans. She works with, African Americans. She works with people in Louisiana voodoo. She works with a lot of different people, whether they're Haitian or not. So I understand where people are coming from when it comes to Erzulie Dantor, but Erzulie Dantor is not just a Haitian Loa. And another thing that people have mixed up with Erzulie Dantor is that Erzulie Dantor is not just some mean, bitter single mother who just takes care of kids and is just this strong, independent black woman. Erzulie Dantor is married with kids. She's not a single mother with kids. Erzulie Dantor is married, and I don't know why Erzulie Dantor is always like portrayed as this single mother with kids that don't have a man and that need money all the time, and it's just so strong and independent. If you really knew the story of Erzulie Dantor, you would know that she has a very loving husband known as Ogu Badagri, because Azuli Freda, or Metresali, the way we call her in the in Dominican Voodoo, her husband is Ogumbalendio. Ogumbalendio is married to Azuli Freda or Metresali, and Ogumbadagri is married to Azuli Dantor. Erzulie Dantor is in a very happy, strong, and loving relationship with Ogubadagri. He loves her for who she is. He loves her blackness. He loves her demeanor. He loves her stature. He loves everything about her. And a lot of times, Erzulie Dantor is seen as like real masculine and strong. And a lot of people go to Erzulie Dantor and Erzulie Freda to try to like balance out the masculine and the feminine and whatnot. But the thing is that Erzulie Freda, if you know the life that Erzulie Freda has lived, you will understand her story. And if you know the life of Erzulie Dantor, then you will understand her story. But I just want to put this out there because I just don't like the way the Loas are portrayed sometimes by people. Because Erzulie Dantor is married. She is a mother and a wife. She's a mother, she's a wife, and she's a warrior. The reason why she's so strong and the reason why she's combative when it's necessary is because in her kingdom, where her and her mother resided because of Zulifreda. The reason why Zulifreda is so snooty is because she decided to go away to Spain in order to be, educated, to be more open minded, to know another life than just Beninian culture and whatnot. And that's why Zulifreda or Madresali is so dainty and light, and she's just so like, oh, it's all about me and my jewels and my beauty and whatnot, because they weren't raised the same. They weren't brought up the same, and they really weren't, cultivated in the same energy. Because in Haitian voodoo, Azuli Freda and Azuli Dantor are both really strong spirits. Like Azuli Freda is powerful, Dantor is very powerful. But in the 21 divisions, the spirits seem to be a little softer because Azuli Dantor is strong, but her energy, I want to say, in the 21 divisions, well, no, she's strong in the 21 divisions too. Metresali, her energy is a little gentler in the 21 divisions, but it's very strong in Haitian voodoo. So that's their energies, that's their life, and that's pretty much how they are as far as opposites. But the main reason why Azuli Dantor and Azuli Freda don't get along is because Azuli Freda stole Ogumbalendio from Azuli Dantor, because we always hear the story about how, oh, she got into it with Erzulie Freda. That's why she has the toile mark on her face, and Erzulie Freda has the dagger in her heart from when Erzulie Dantor stabbed her. Well, the reason why they got into a fight is because Ogumbalendio was set to marry Erzulie Dantor, and what ended up happening was that Oz- Ogu Balendio, he was a womanizer anyway, so it wasn't like he was going to be all that faithful to Azuli Zantor. So what happened was that he ended up, flirting with Azuli Freda and whatnot, and they slept together, and they ended up running off with each other, and they left Azuli Dantor at the altar. And when Erzulie Dantor saw Erzulie Freda, that rage and that anger and that hate just swelled up in her, and they got into a scuffle, and that's why she has the mark on her face and Erzulie Freda has the dagger. But at the end of the day, even though Erzulie Freda did run off with Ogumbalendio, she's not a happy woman. Like Erzulie Freda or Madresali has to deal with Ogumbalendio. Ogumbalendio is a womanizer. He has babies all over the world. He has, women all over the world, and he impregnates another woman and gets another woman everywhere he goes. And Azuli Freda and Madresali have to deal with that. And that's one of the reasons why Erzulie Freda and Madresali is married to two other men outside of Agumbalendio, because she wants to keep up with Agumbalendio and say, you know what, yeah, you may be cheating on me and doing this, but I could cheat too. But Erzulie Freda or Madresali really wants to be loved, for who she is, but she can't get that because she doesn't have that in her. And I'm not going to say too much, but when you know the story of Azuli Freda, you will understand why she is the way that she is when it comes to love and when it comes to romance and when it comes to that, you know, self overcompensate, where she's trying to overcompensate herself or overpay herself for what she's dealing with or what's going on. Because Madresali and Zulifreda is known as the crier, the one who is very sad and melancholy and very emotional. Now, Erzulie Dantor, even though Freda did what she did to her, Ogun Badagri and Ogumbalindio and Ogubaragri are brothers, just like Azuli Freda and Danto are sisters. And what ended up happening is that Ogu Baragri, he ended up getting with Azuli Dantor. They fell in love, they got married, and she had babies. And so, even though she got betrayed and got belittled, she ended up with the better husband than Azuli Freda did. And she had the happy home with the kids, and Azuli Freda, didn't. Now, Erzulie Freda and Madresali have a lot of kids. Now, I want to say Madresali has a lot of children, but I've never seen too many people like only be her child singly, unless Anaisa was also the mom, or Dantor or Santa Marta, because people can have multiple moms in spirituality. Then you have Erzulie Freda. Now, Erzulie Freda, she has a lot of daughters in Haitian Voodoo and a lot of sons in Haitian Voodoo. And so when it comes to her kids, Azuli Freda's kids, they could be very vain, they could be very snooty, very bougie, and just very particular about who they deal with, especially when it comes to looks and people being ugly or people being attractive and whatnot. But like I said, Azuli Dantor, she ended up being on the better end because she had the faithful husband, the kids, everything that a woman could want, possibly, in a husband. So that's what she has. But Azuli Fred, I know. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say about Azuli Dantor, is because a lot of people say she's just Haitian, and that's not true. And a lot of people always want to paint her out to be this angry, bitter single mother when that's not all that she is. Erzulie Dantor is a strong woman. She's a respectable woman, a very good mother, and a good protector, but she is a woman of decency and order. I mean, she may not be super feminine and she may not be, super pristine, but she's in a happy relationship with a man who loves her for her. And she, has kids. She has the whole happy home thing. And a lot of people don't know that you can go to her for that because she knows what it is to be with somebody who's, in love with you as much as you're in love with them. So I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to like, leave positive comments in the comment section, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and have a good day.